Good evening, everybody. It's Shelley Johns here from Gympie, the little town of Gympie, but lots happens here. Very exciting. Tonight's all about the marketing plan, and it's February. I just love February. As you know, the thing I love about February is, one, the spectacular is always on. Two, it's my birthday, and three, it's my Herbalife anniversary. And it all kind of happens in the same week.
Oh, happy birthday and happy anniversary.
Thank you. I think going to the training at the Spectacular gave me a renewed appreciation to the power of the nutrition and how strong it can make your body as you get older, because I'm really into healthy aging and trying to slow down the aging process. So it gave me that renewed appreciation and also a renewed passion for reaching out to more people and helping them to stay independent longer. I think that would be fantastic if we all just did that. And also just, obviously sharing my results and that. So it was really good to be able to reach out. And I think I've inspired some people to get started back on the products as well, just from sharing my results. So let's start off with some good news. So Lindy, did you want to just go first, just so you get it out of the way? Because I know you've got to go back and forth on what's been happening with you. I know you've been in action and you've been apparently handing out flyers like lollies, I think you just said to me.
I have. I think the Spectacular really gives you that little boost to get back in and keep on going. And you've got not just 10 people, you've got 1,500 people. How many people were there to keep going? Well, that's what I'm doing. And so you just go out with this renewed energy, I suppose. So I came back, reevaluated my 90-day plan, and notorious for doing it for 3 days and then having to do another 90-day plan. So I was a little bit more smarter and more concise about what I want to do. I've been handing out flyers. For whatever reason, the badge frightens me. So it's a little thing, really, isn't it? So I've been wearing that everywhere, and that has actually been getting some good responses. And oddly enough, when you read a lot of personal development books, there are some things I was lacking out on, and one of them was a spirituality, however you perceive that yourself. So I thought I'd go down to the local church, which I did, and the priest said to me, "What's that?" And I said, "Oh, that's my lose weight now button." And he goes, "Well," he said, "you're coming back next week?" And I said, "I think so." He said, "Well, I'll see you then and we'll talk more." So I could have the local minister. So it was totally unexpected, but because I'm more confident and I'm practicing more about what I'm doing, it's coming. It's more easy. If you make it more organic and true to yourself, then it's easy. It's just having conversations, and so that's what I've been doing.
Awesome. And because we shared a room at the Spectacular, so we got 2 taxis. So the first time I did the pitch on the taxi driver, and the second time you had to. So that was
thanks
fun.
For that.
But he needed to lose weight, and it's just good practice, to.
I just need to get into the habit of going, well, here's my details, can I have yours?
Yep.
And if they say no, they say no. If they say yes, well, that's okay. So not leaving it open-ended.
Yeah, absolutely. And look, it does, like you said, not everyone's happy to hand over their details, and that's okay. You just, the ones that do, and the ones that don't. But if you do enough numbers, it works. In fact, I listened to a lot of Mark Hughes today while I was doing some stuff in the office. It was so good just hearing his trainings in the background while I was doing stuff, and just picking up bits and pieces about, like, even talking about the products. It should be 25% about the products and 75% results. You sharing your results and other people's results, and just those little reminders to go back to basics and share, knowing more results. So I thought that was really cool.
But it is interesting showing how more prominent Herbalife is now within the community, because even I hired a driver to pick me up and bring me home just to end my holiday on a high, and the driver knew Wayne Levy. So, go figure, it's just you never know who you're going to meet. And I can guarantee that 1% of the time that I walk out of the house in my daggy pants and my daggy T-shirt is a time that someone says, "Oh, well, clothes are almost falling off," and it starts a conversation. And then I think, "Oh, no, look what I'm wearing." So I'm a little bit more conscious of the whole me when I go out the door now.
Cool. Well, that's awesome. So I'm looking forward to seeing some of the results. Keep writing down how many people you're speaking to. So I've got this chart here, and I've been writing how many people I speak to each day. So I'll go through that though in a second. We'll go on to Coral. So Coral, did you have some good news to share?
Yes, I have. Sorry about it. I'm not on camera with Michael's computer.
That's okay.
On the weekend, I went to Officeworks and wore my button and got a couple of hits on How, and they wanted to see my photo and took a couple of cards, so that was good. Today, I joined a grandparents group at the Deception Bay Neighbourhood House. I deliberately took my button off, being the first time, and I walked in and quite a few, there wasn't many, there was actually 3, 4, and but we were asked to move our cars, and they go, oh, lose weight, ask me how, was on it. So a lady asked me, we need to talk, and I knew her from years back doing Avon, and so I did a wellness profile on her husband today. I nearly broke into tears because he's in such a bad way, but they are coming on board, and on Friday I will be having a new client and probably signing their granddaughter up to actually help manage them and join the team.
Awesome.
Mm.
That's fantastic. So how interesting, you know, it doesn't matter how you do it. Sometimes if you're not wearing a button, you get a car hit. So not like car hitting, but yeah, someone's noticing your car. So if you just do everything, everything works. And of course, people looking at your before photo and then seeing what you look, it's quite amazing when you do that. I know Lindy and I played around with your before and after photos, didn't we? That was fun doing that. And I think, you know, a picture tells 1,000 words. And I want to say congratulations to Jan for having her story and results in the little results booklet that we're given at the Spectacular. So
Yeah.
Yes, fantastic.
and I know the photo was taken at my old house. So that's famous.
That's the best photo of the patch.
So I can take some more. I like taking photos. That's always
I really like that booklet. That was a really good idea. Really good.
So they're looking for more income stories as well, including part-time income.
Yes, you must send your stories in.
Yes. So make sure we'll do that because they need our backgrounds and our stories. So we'll get that done. So thank you for sharing, Coral. That's fantastic. I love hearing what you're doing. So Jan, what's your good news for the week?
A couple of things. I had one of my ladies, she bought 850 volume points worth of product, which was really good, excellent. And I had a guy here measuring up for the office carpet after the flood I had and damaged everything. And because he'd heard of Herbalife, but he hadn't ever used it or anything, so he left with all the information about the 24 range and obviously the small nutrition booklet, you know, the product information guide, the small one, and a sample of the 24. So because he'd never sort of used that before and he's into sports and everything, so see where that goes.
Cool. Did you do that on purpose so you can get customers?
What, flood the house? No.
Okay, well, I'm glad that all got sorted, and that's great. And you're right. Anyone that comes into our space, they're going to know what we do. You know, we've got products. You know, there's products in the kitchen, and yeah, people can see it, and it's that consistency. You know, of everything we do, that we're, you know, the most consistent person is the one that really wins. And, you know, most people aren't consistent. So the more we keep showing this healthy aging, you know, our results and everything, the more people are going to be attracted to that. It's like putting that energy out. It's like little throwing at the fishing line. And, you know, some people won't, they'll self-select out of your space. Don't take it personally. Like I just realized today, someone on my BizWorks has unfriended me and blocked me on Facebook, but anyway, I'm not quite sure why, but you know, I'm not going to take it personally because she's self-selected and probably not the person I need in my space. So yeah, these things happen, and so you're looking for the people that are gravitating towards you, and they're out there, you know, and it's interesting how they all come into your space. Here's Lindy going to the church, and Coral's gone to the neighbourhood watch, and you've had someone come into your house to help. So how cool is that, Jan?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he couldn't help but know about Herbalife because I just had my order delivered, so it was all over the floor.
And again, right, do you do that on purpose? It's about everywhere.
And see, I misinterpreted massive action. So when I went to the Multicultural Festival, I gave out about 40 flyers to the local police that were down at the stand. So that's my massive action.
Well, that's all good. That's all, yeah, it all works. And so just wait, I haven't checked to see how many people on the call. Sorry, I'm rude. So, Steve, did you have some good news to share?
Oh, no, good news. I got some news. I had my...
Jordan, sorry. So go, sorry, Steve, go.
Okay, I thought maybe you wanted feedback. I made a comment on a website on my computer, and I've had 7 or 8, I think 8 had on yesterday, inquiries. How do I lose weight? And I sent all back the information, but no one's followed through.
Okay.
So the questionnaire was there, but they haven't gone. I've sent back information without giving them solid information, and I've given them a phone number to give me a ring to talk further, but no, nothing further. So maybe in the future, maybe in the next week or so.
But you put it out there, and that's a good thing. So at least someone knows, and someone might make an offhand comment to someone else, and it might come back at you.
Yeah, that's exactly right. You don't know what's going to happen. So, yeah.
So, and it's interesting. I walked Caitlin down to school today, and we're talking about seeds, and if seeds fell, where would they grow? And they fell on the concrete, would they grow? That's interesting about this planting seeds. And so of course I got to talk about like the Jim Rohn training of just keep planting those seeds, and some will fall on the rocky ground, and some will wither and die, and the birds will get some. And it was kind of nice being able to talk to Caitlin about this topic, about if you plant enough seeds, some of them will grow, and they'll find a way. And also my neighbour shared this thing on Facebook of all these plants and trees that were growing in these really unlikely places, like through rocks and cliffs and in the middle of a city and things like that. And it was quite interesting. And like how powerful, nature is. And so it's just a very interesting thing. So keep planting the seeds, Steve. Keep doing it. So, and yes, and we'll definitely love to hear the results as you keep doing that. Hi, Trish. Thank you for being on the call. So I didn't see you before. So I know you're at work. So, good multitasking for you. So you're on mute. I realise this. So I'm glad you're listening in. So I'll just, so this week I've had a really interesting week. I got my brother on a cellular nutrition program, had to kind of twist his arm. Man, he spends money on so many other things. It's quite interesting, really, what he was spending his money on, and yet, got him to order a Formula 1 and 2. Anyway, so it had arrived, and I hadn't got to speak to him because his wife's a florist, and they'd done the whole Valentine's Day thing, crazy in Melbourne. And anyway, so he said, I had one tablet and I had a teaspoon of shake on my I'm like, oh my God, Craig. I said, you got to use it properly. I said, because he's just been on blood pressure medication, and he said, the doctor's increased it. I said, okay, you've got 2 choices. You can be on 4 or 5 medications in the next 10 years, and you can shorten your life, or you can be on no medication in the next 10 years and extend your life and be healthy. So you get to choose which one. So this is how you need to use the products. So we're going to organise a body scan. So I messaged James Tagros, and I said, do you know anyone who lives close by? And he said, yeah, Bill, Papa Georgia. I said, yep, I know Bill. So I messaged Bill. This is this evening, like it just happened before the call. So yes, Bill's happy to do it. He lives about 20 minutes from my brother at Murrumbina area, and so I'm going to try and line them up on the weekend. So that's pretty cool. And of course, sometimes your family will listen to other people. Bill's into running and getting fit, and I think they will actually probably relate quite to each other. So I'm a bit excited about that, and hopefully Bill will invite him to the STS, which will be even better. To the next one. I'd love to get him in the business. My dad ordered at NRG because he's a farmer, and he likes so obviously everyone rang me for my birthday, so it gave me a great opportunity to talk to him. So on that call, Dad ordered an NRG, and Mum's got some issues with dry eyes, so she's ordered a Herbal Lifeline for that. And I know we can't diagnosed, but we know that, omega-3 is good for the eyes. So she's ordered a Herbal Lifeline, which is cool. And then I was supposed to go out and do walk and talks today, but I didn't get to do it. So I grabbed my BizWorks list here. Here it is. I printed it off. And I basically just went through and I did what Jez Morgan suggested on the Tab Team call, and I think one of the other calls, is she took screenshots of all the February customer newsletter. So instead of emailing it to someone or sending the link, which they probably never look at anyway, is all the screenshots. I either texted it or I PM'd it, a personal message on Messenger, and I did email it to a couple of people with just the images. And I went through the whole BizWorks list and I messaged people that I probably haven't spoken to a long time. So there was 52, 53, 54, 55 people to message. Lots of people got back to me, which is great, and a few of them went in and ordered. Some of them were basically needed to renew their distributorship, like that was due. So that was good. It gave them that incentive and they ordered. So I was really pleased that it kind of sparked all this back and forth, and I just marked basically who hadn't ordered in a while, and there was quite a few that were like 4 or 5 months. And I don't want to lose them. I want to stay in touch, and it's my fault if that happens. Really, I wanted to take that responsibility. So I really feel like I got good results from that, and that I'm going to do that with every customer newsletter. I thought it was a really good tip from Jess Morgan. So basically, if you want me to see what I did, I can send you the message that I sent out if you want to have a look at it. So not everybody responded, but I got good results. So that was cool. And then I had, obviously, because I got to do my birthday post with my before and afters, I'd had it ready to go on Sunday morning. And the anniversary one, I had got it all kind of in my head of how I was going to do it.
It was great.
Yeah, so I got Sally, who's basically messaged me tonight. She's getting back on the products. And then from a walk and talk, I got this guy called Damien. He'd been on Herbalife before, but years and years ago. And he's a beekeeper, but he also owns a sheds business. And he'd stood on a rusty nail and it got infected, and he'd actually lost half his foot, and had put on a lot of weight. And so basically talked to him, and he started on a program, and he needs to reorder actually. And he's been messaging me what he's been eating and everything, and he's doing really well. And I wasn't sure whether I could body scan him because of only half the foot, but it actually worked. And his visceral fat was like 20, so I'm really wanting to get his visceral fat down ASAP. And he's really happy, and it's been great. I can see his confidence building, he's reordering, and because he's into bees, he has his own beehive. I often send him little bee related things, so you can personalize it. So sometimes I'll look at the person, who is that person, and how can I personalize it for them. So I hope you got some good tips out of that, and that we'll get on with the training now. But yeah, I really enjoyed doing the BizWorks list. So make sure you go back to all your BizWorks. I also have an old BizWorks list, which is people that might not be registered anymore, and I can also go back to them as well because I've got their phone number and their email. So all your friends with them on Facebook. So don't be afraid to go back and touch base with people. And you know what, if it's been a bit of time, give them some value and let them know you're thinking of them, that you're always there. And there's no expectation of what you'll get back. You just might have someone go, you know what, I've been thinking about that, or I've been having trouble with this, and have a sincere conversation, and you might just be surprised that they'll come back because they're looking for a solution. So I hope that helps everyone. So did we lose somebody? Who did we lose? Coral. Hopefully she'll get back on. Okay, let's get on with the training. So I need some interaction with this. Because I want you to think this is for your new person learning about the marketing plan and learning how to move through the marketing plan and get through to supervisor and build that royalty income.
Before you go on, can I ask what the difference is between PM and DM?
Personal message and a direct message, which I actually don't think there's anything different really about it. I think it's just the lingo. I think one's more Instagram, DM.
Oh, okay.
DM would be Messenger for Facebook.
Sorry. Thanks.
And I could be wrong on that. So. Okay, so our business is very simple, and I've added a few things to this. I just want to show you. So I know that we get paid to bring value to the marketplace. Jim Ryan always says that. But I wanted to say that we don't sell products, we sell results. And we hear this a lot. We really need to be strong on this. We need to know lots of results. We need to be strong on our own results, and we need to be strong on our product use. Okay, and whatever you're using, if you can only afford Cellular Nutrition Formula 1 and 2, smash that out and use it like your life depends on it and get the best result possible with that. If you're an ultimate, then do the same thing. Just do what you can, and as well as you can. So to make part-time extra income, so most people coming into the business is going to be this part-time. They're not going to be full-time. And sometimes it's good for them to be part-time to start with, because they'll probably work smarter in the time they've got, in those little snippets around their job and other commitments. You want to teach them how to work smart, okay? And Jim Rohn always says the power of the part-time income. So we basically use the products to get our level 10 result, and all that means is the best result that you can for you, and you're continually working on your result. And that's not that you're never happy with yourself. It means that, hey, could I add in a different product that I haven't used and work on that as a new result, or the skin, or the personal care. You know, there's so many different ways that you can get a result with new recipes and things like that, fitness. So it's whatever is important to you. But you need an obvious result that you can share with people. And then you need to build a client base to whatever level income you're looking for. So you need to know that person's goals. So if they want $100 a week, 1 or 2 clients is probably fine. If they want $500 a week, they're probably going to need 5 to 8 customers a week. And then they really need to know how many people realistically they need to speak to. But if they're brand new, they really should be asking the people they love first, love and trust, because they're going to be the best people to speak to. And I know sometimes families can be difficult, but sometimes families can be the best thing as well. And they know people you don't know. So just ask, who do you know? Who do you know? Do a party or a shake party or a business launch, and do center of influence, and then go out and advertise. And if anyone's listened to the Millionaire Training tapes, you'll know the story about the gold mine. And he doesn't say go run an ad. He says go and talk to people you care about first. And one thing George Knight always says, why wouldn't you want to speak to people you love? Don't you like them? So if you like these people, just share it and give them the first right of refusal. If they say no, it's no big deal. Okay, so to create financial freedom. So someone might come into Herbalife as a client, and then they might end up doing it part-time, and then they, like myself, then decide that this is what they want to do for their career. And it's okay if someone just wants to do it part-time and they love what they're doing, and they can do both, no problems at all. You know, Herbalife is, it's basically whatever someone wants, they fit into that, okay? So they don't have to want what you want. So you do 3 things: use the products, get your result, an obvious result that you can share, get your client base to whatever income. And I've been listening a lot, even Dan Waldron said it on the weekend, that Mark Hughes taught them to live off their retail and wholesale and bank the royalties, so that your royalties were always there for an emergency or a winter, he called it. So, you know, learn to build up your retail and wholesale so that covers all your weekly expenses and bills and things like that, and then build that royalty check up and bank it and invest it. And then the third thing you do if you're looking for financial freedom is you find members, people just like you, and teach them how to do these 2 things, 1 and 2, depending on what their goals are. Okay, so really it's only 3 things that we're doing. And of course, customers do make great members, and we know that 70% of the president's team are clients first. So obviously it's a good pool to recruit from. If someone that gets really passionate about Herbalife, they usually tend to naturally share it and organically do it. And they're doing it from the heart. They're probably not even doing it for financial gain to start with. I bet most of us have had that experience, getting someone that was so excited about the products. They didn't care about the money. They just wanted to help people. Okay, and that's how it can do it. So it's very simple, but it's extremely powerful. So you have to realize the simplicity of this business, and you want to keep it simple. And as Mark Hughes said today when I was listening to him, you know, duplicatable. It's got to, whatever you do needs to be duplicatable. So these are the areas of income, and this is something that I always loved, even though I didn't really know, I didn't understand the marketing plan, and especially when Merv used to do it. Like I'd hear it Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, so I got to hear the marketing plan 3 times a week. And it went over my head many, many times, and it took quite a long time for me to grasp it. I mean, like over 1 or 2 years, really. But what I did realize that there was more than one area of income. And Merv said, it doesn't matter if you don't understand the marketing plan, the computer works it out for you. Thank goodness for that. So we have retail profit from clients, wholesale profit from members, and this is the company pays it. The members don't pay it to you. The company does all of this, which is cool. This is the one here, cash in your pocket every single day. And Mark Hughes was talking about this one today, that he loves retail because it's cash now. It's money now. So you can get money in your pocket every single day. And I think Gary used to say it too, that Mark would always say, try and help them to make $100 profit each day you know, 5 or 6 days a week, because that gives them a really good cash flow for the week. So it's helping one client a day. And your wholesale profit, which obviously Herbalife pays on the 15th of every month into your bank account, that comes from you helping members to get their clients. And then royalty overrides are from supervisors, and you have to be a supervisor first to get royalties. So of course this is where we want to get. And production bonuses are quite exciting. I'm sure Jan can agree with this.
Absolutely.
So production bonuses are on top of your royalty, and it goes to infinity in your business. Infinity. So, and I know you've got a pretty big business. I know Glenn Marin and all his businesses under you. So that's an exciting area of income as well. And there's roll-ups and lots of other things as well that come into play. So supervisors never, ever miss out on money. So this is the place you definitely want to be. Plus we have different supervisor bonuses and things that come up with Active World Team and your paid vacations, which of course we've got Vietnam this year. Okay, and so you need to be a supervisor to get there. So if everyone's got that right, and most jobs, I know when I went to Telstra, I had one area of income. Got paid on a Wednesday. By the time I paid all the bills and everything, there wouldn't be much left, and I'd have to go back to work again so I could get that thing. So Merv always called it, my job is just over broke. He said, they pay you just enough so that you have to come back each Monday. So that's what he always said, and I always remember that. Okay, so does anyone want to add to that? Jen, do you have something to add?
No, that's fine. Of course, the top producers, they get a 1% bonus as well, because 73 cents in the dollar is available back to the distributor.
Thank you. And I was just thinking that, and you read my mind. I love when that happens. Yes, so the Mark Hughes Bonus Awards are on every year, where they put 1% of the company's turnover, so over $70 million gets paid back to the top people in the company, and that is basically available to anybody. So I've seen checks in Gary and Jennifer's office for $300,000 or $400,000 as a bonus check on top of what they already earn per year, just to say, hey, you did a great job this year. So how many in our jobs have ever got that? I know at Telstra, there was a guy there that worked at Telstra for 40 years, and they gave him this tiny little plaque and a watch. And I just remember thinking, oh my goodness, I don't think I could work here for 40 years, you know, and yeah, that's all these giving. This person has given his whole life to the company. So I'm sure if everyone can think, it would, you know, wouldn't it be great to be able to have 1% of your company's turnover paid back to all the people in the company at the end of the year? How cool would that be? So we have that with Herbalife, and everyone has access to that. And you're right, Jen, 73% of the company's turnover gets paid back to the distributors. It's the most lucrative marketing plan in the industry.
Yeah, Shelley, I'd like to share, my brother's with Jim Mohan.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he brought the franchise in Victoria.
Yep.
And he is really struggling at the moment because of the drought. So he can't mow. And he was bragging how good it was to go into Jim's mowing and everything like that. And now he is financially strapped.
Yep.
Yep.
So, and you know, this is it. Sometimes you don't know what's going to happen. Sometimes there's, like in Townsville, there's a flood, and you're not expecting those sort of things to happen. So probably the thing I love about Herbalife is it doesn't matter what happens. I can have business all around the world, all around Australia. I can have many ways of doing the business. So one thing falls over, like for example, if you're into lawn mowing and there's no lawns to mow, but at least you know there's something else to do, and you've got other areas of income. So a really good point, Carol. So how many people out there in the lawn mowing business are struggling at the moment with the drought, and you could approach them and, hey, I've got an opportunity for you. And I remember too, Gary always said, and Merv, if there was ever like, you know, you see all the doom and gloom, not that I watch the news, but someone was saying that they were sharing it on Facebook that in Gympie there's lots of businesses closing down. People who, I think Laminex, one of the big businesses here, and he'd always go, that's fantastic. Now that you can, you know, there's opportunity you can share with those people. It's not a bad thing. It's an opportunity for them. And he would always look at it as a positive, just like the global financial crisis. He saw that as an opportunity, not as something that was bad. So, you know, make sure that you reach out, maybe have a look at all the lawn mowing people. I know we haven't had a lot of rain here, and, you know, just offer them to come and take a look. Okay, so how you get paid by helping your community. So Herbalife's in 96 countries. And you can get paid in all of these, which is great. So when you sign up, your ID number means that Herbalife can track it wherever it goes worldwide. I think that's really exciting. And so we have our own currency called a volume point, because if we did it on dollar value, then we know that countries like the Philippines and Mexico would be a bit disadvantaged. So we need to make sure it's fair everywhere around the world. So it doesn't matter where you are, what country, that the products still have the same volume points, whichever ones they've got, or achieving supervisors still 4,000 volume points in every single country. So it's the fair and even worldwide. So this is how you can work out how much you get paid. So if you look at an ultimate program, which most people are using here on the call, it's 177.15 volume points. And that's how we work out how you get paid. So when you get registered as a member, you have your member pack here, and the member pack is around $83, and you can do it online, or someone or your sponsor can order it for you and have it sent and then register you with the paperwork. Either way is fine, though I like it online because it's faster. And it gives you everything you need to start your business. So number one, the ID number. So everyone has a unique ID number that you can go online and order, or ring Herbalife and place your orders. It also means that Herbalife can track your business no matter where it spreads to. How many countries do you think your business is in, Jan?
Oh, it fluctuates a bit, but probably about 18 or something.
Wow.
Do you have to track that yourself?
No, BizWorks does it for me in Herbalife.
Great. So imagine if you had to pay for that yourself to have it tracked, what that would mean.
Oh, it'd be unbelievable.
So Herbalife does it with BizWorks, all for us. We're so lucky. Well, it's an amazing system, BizWorks. So definitely worth getting if you haven't got it. I think it's about $11 a month, something like that. Definitely worth having. It's a tool for your business to grow and to track and to look at your gauges and know what's going on. So I know, like, I was able to do 3 hours of solid work today just on BizWorks, and getting back to people and messaging them and engaging with people. I thought it was really, really beneficial. So make sure you got BizWorks. You get a full canister of Formula One vanilla, so you can get started on the product straight away. You get a folder, you get a career manual, which takes you through. There's 2 books now. One is on all the business fundamentals, and the other one is on the rules and regulations. And so everything's in there that you need. Plus, you've got lots of online resources. You get a ticket to the next STS training, so Success Training Seminar, that you can attend anywhere in Australia or overseas. I think this is valid in Australia. And you get a Lose Weight Now, Ask Me How button. So I bet Lindy was very excited when she first saw this. And, this button will make you business. This little, whatever it is, 65-cent button or $1 button. And I remember Merv always saying, when someone goes, "Why are you wearing that button? It's putting holes in your suit." And he would say, "This button means that I can buy 10 more suits like this." And, so this button will bring you business, and wear it proudly. And yes, we have different shirts and things and cars and all the other things you can do too. But this gives you everything you need to get started. Okay. And to make sure that your income is tracked, make sure you send your bank details into Herbalife so that they can start putting the money into your bank account as you start earning it. Okay. And then, when you're ready to, you can do it straight away. You can set yourself up with an ABN if you wish, but you can wait until you're a bit more established before you do that. So when would you suggest, Jan, that someone would get an ABN?
Oh, well, there is a criteria of when you have to, but after they've got several retail customers and a few members and things like that, the earlier you have it, I think the better.
Yep. Cool, thank you. And
I don't these days, it's a long time since I've had a new one, but I don't think there's any fee or anything for registering. So once you've got it, you've got it.
And you're set up for business, and then you feel like this is my business. It's not a hobby, it's a business. And keep all your receipts, track all your business, and write everything down so you know what you're doing. So you want to definitely treat it like a business, and claim everything you can, because you can claim everything that you spend on your business as well.
Absolutely. Every time you buy anything like a pen, a red marking pen for your product, anything like that, always get a receipt. And to set yourself up with what I've always done and still do, brown paper bag with the month and year on it. And I put every receipt into that brown paper bag. And I've got a full set of, for 12 months, and everything's in that paper bag for my GST and obviously the yearly tax, and everything's in one place.
Cool. Thank you. It's such a great tip, but I know it sounds like something so simple, but your new person listening to this, that we want them to help set up their business from day one and have that business attitude, because that's what they'll project out there and they'll start building a business, and that's what we want for every single person. So let's have a quick flick through. Right, so this is basically how much profit do you want to get paid, okay? So we can go from 25% when you first get registered as a member up to 50%. It's really your choice, okay? So let me just flick through with this. So you can register with Herbalife Member Pack for the $83. It's a one-off fee, and then $16 a year to maintain that. But just be aware that if you're a supervisor, it's around $94 a year, which I still think is pretty cheap, and you get so much for that. And probably one of the most powerful things that I think that we all get, and our new members get, and they're quite excited about it, is those yearly pins of 1 year, a 3 year, a 5 year, a 7 year, right up through to my last one was 25 years. And so, people love getting those, they love getting those pins, and it's really special. So make a big deal out of it when they get it. And it's also why they want to renew each year. So it's good incentive. Just let them know, if they're supervisor, that it does go up, but also, making sure they're getting their recognition pins as well. So becoming a member at 25%, an ultimate program. And look, I realize that this could be any type of program, but I'm going to use the ultimate just for the numbers' sake. But they can start on anything they're comfortable with. Okay, so obviously the ultimate program is the fastest program. It gets the fastest results. And even if you didn't start on it, generally that's what you end up using. I know that's what I'm using, but I started on a quick start program when I first got started. What did you start on, Jen?
Oh, goodness, way back then it was formulas 1, 2, 3, 4, cellulose. Later on it was NRG, and then a little bit later on it was Dong Quai.
Cool, but
that's what I had for a long time.
Cool, and now what are you using now?
Everything. Inside and out.
Great. So it's okay to start on whatever you can or whatever's available, and then you can add as you go. So it retails at $477. So this is it here. This is the retail value. At 25%, it costs you $369.84. So it's going to give you, when you retail that to a client, $107.96 profit. So that's a pretty good income. So if you're getting a person on a program each day, each week, each month, whatever the profit you are that you make, so you can set your goal and target on how many people you can help. Okay, and generally people on an ultimate program will get the fastest results. We know this, so which is great. Okay, so then the next step is most people don't want to stay at 25%. And look, it's okay if they want to stay at 25%, and it's also okay if someone wants to stay at retail. But someone that's showing interest in helping others, you want to give them all the options and then let them choose. So second step is senior consultant, 35% discount. So senior consultant, so I've lost my arrow, finding it again. You accumulate 500 volume points in 1 calendar month. So it equals 3 ultimate programs or equivalent products. You would purchase that at $979.98. So the retail value of retailing 3 ultimate programs is $1,433. And then you're basically purchasing it for this. So $1,433 minus $979 gives you your profit. So your profit is $453.39. And that doesn't matter if you retail that in a day or for the whole month. You'll still make that same profit. Now, the thing about going senior consultant, it's a really popular step with new people, even clients that have registered to get the products cheaper, because it gives them up to that 35% discount. They're getting the products cheaper, and they tend to like that. So, and of course, if they've got 5 or 10 or 15 or 20 kilos to lose, they know they're going to be on the program for a few months, and then they love it and they probably want to start it. So why not get it cheaper? So they can do it order by order. So for example, today's the 18th. They might have ordered a program today and maybe 2 towards the end of the month, or bits and pieces. They might have ordered some targeted products with some skin. So they can do it order by order at 25%. And then the last order they place that gets them to the 500 volume points will be at 35%. And then they stay at 35%. They don't drop back or anything like that. or they can order the whole 500 volume points in one go, and that will automatically be at 35%, and then the computer recognizes them. It takes a little while to change over. I don't know if it's always instantly, sometimes on BizWorks, but it will update fairly quickly. And then they're permanently at 35%. So this is a really good step for people if they're just helping a couple of people, or maybe they've got a bit of weight to lose and they want to, get that long-term result. So did you have any comments about this one, Jan?
No, that's fine. Yep.
Cool. So that's your senior consultant. Then you've got your success builder. So this is a really good step as well. So your success builder is the least amount of products, minimum amount of products to order at the maximum discount. So it equals around 6 ultimate programs, but of course you might want to add in not just ultimates, but other flavored shakes and teas and aloes and a few other things, because you might be doing a business launch by then, or you might be doing a shake party and you want to have everything available for people to try. And then if someone wants to take a program or products, you've got it there on hand. Okay, so this is a great step to do in your business. And then you get the whole thing at 42%. So you purchase it for $1,778 and it retails at $2,866, and you're making around $1,088 profit. And that doesn't matter if it takes you 1 day, 10 days, or even it took you 6 months to turn that over, you'd still be making that same amount of profit in that time. I know they did this, remember the thing they did when you bought your 1,000 volume points and they had to see how many days it took you to turn it over? And they had like this friendly competition, and some people were doing it in 4 days. I think I did mine in 8 or 9. And they just had all this fun way of how quickly could you turn over your success builder order. So that might be something fun to do with your group. Okay, now the thing about a success builder order is if you did a success builder order today on the 18th of February, I'm just checking the date, then you would be at 42% between now and the end of the month. So if you don't go supervisor before then, okay? And so on the 1st of March, you would go back down to 35%. But remember, if you've still got stock left over from a success builder order, you still bought it at 42%, so you could still get 42% profit, but you'll go back on the BizWorks, like on your website, will show at 35%. But of course, you can do another success builder order if you wish, and you can do order by order and build it up. And it's an excellent way of getting to qualified producer or to supervisor as well. So this is qualified producer. This is a permanent 42% discount. And basically what you do is you accumulate 2,500 volume points between 1 and 3 months. So you can do 2,500 volume points in 1 month or over 3 consecutive months. And that will get you to permanent 42% discount. Most people that go qualified producer move on to supervisor. It's very rare that people don't because it's just that natural progression as your volume accumulates. So you can do it. You need to do 1,000 volume points personally purchased yourself under your ID number, but you can use up to 1,500 volume points from your team. So anyone underneath you that's not a supervisor, you can use up to 1,500. So this is an excellent way of getting to this. Okay. So Jan, did you have anything to add to that?
No, that's a very good position. It jumpstarts you into supervisor.
Yes, absolutely. So remember, you can do a couple of success builder orders. I know people that have just done success builder orders and turn them over each month, because guess what? If you do a success builder order at the beginning of the month, just say, you're at 42% for the whole month, but you can continue to order more products. So if you sell your success builder order before the end of the month, you can keep ordering at 42% as you need it. And that's an excellent way of being able to get to supervisor faster as well. So there's lots of different ways you can take advantage of the marketing plan. Okay, then we've got 50%. So supervisor is definitely the best place to be, and everyone gets there. It's just a matter of time, and it definitely should be your goal because the products are cheaper. You're going to earn maximum retail profit, and you're going to earn maximum wholesale profit as well. Plus, then you're open to royalties and all the other goodies that become a supervisor, including higher level training. So there's lots of different ways of going supervisor, and we're going to cover this on next week's call, including the team method as well. So you accumulate 4,000 volume points between 25 and 42% in 1 to 12 months, or you can do 4,000 volume points in 1 month or over 2 months, or the team method as well. So there are a few different ways of doing it. And I love BizWorks because it tracks everything. So when you're looking at someone, like when I saw Tamara getting closer and closer to supervisor, and she had Helen underneath her, so Helen's volume points were flowing up to Tamara as well. So Tamara was able to use 2,000 volume points of Helen's volume, and she also did 2,000 herself, and that took her through to supervisor over 12 months. So that was really exciting to see that happen. Okay, and the supervisor basically maximizes the marketing plan. And the best thing about supervisor on an ultimate program, you're making $215.90 per ultimate program, or whichever program that you're retailing. You're making the maximum profit. Okay, so supervisor is definitely the best place to be. So, Jen, how did you go supervisor?
It was so long ago now. I did it in the second month of doing business. I initially got 1,000 volume points because I had Michael on the products then as well, and my daughter. Turned that over, and then the next month, because I picked up a bit of momentum, I did the 4,000 in 1 month.
Okay, excellent. That's pretty cool. That's awesome. I did mine over 2 months. It took me 12 months to decide to do it because I didn't really know what I was doing there for a while. And once I got the gist of what was happening, I did 2,500 1 month, 2,500 next, but now it's even easier. It's only 2,000 1 month, 2,000 the next. So that's really cool, but we had to do it slightly harder. So Lindy, how did you go supervisor?
I actually went up with Jill, so we did it together, but that was 2009 or something. So we had to do 2,500 volume points each.
Awesome. So a line or two, that's fantastic. So we're going to cover this next week in great detail. Steve, how did you go supervisor?
I signed up in the April of 2005 and I went supervisor in May 2005.
Awesome. So you did 4,000 in 1 month?
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you. That's great. So lots of different ways of going supervisor. Coral, how did you go supervisor?
I did it over 3 months.
Yep.
Yep.
Cool. So you did your accumulation, which is great. So then that's a bit of a newer way of doing it, but quite popular, especially if anyone that's a customer or doing it part-time. It's probably finds it easier just to do consistent volume. And I know Trisha's got supervisor on her goal list, haven't you, Trish? So we're going to make that happen. So thank you for sharing, everyone, on how to go supervisor. So now we're going to cover wholesale profit. So wholesale profit's really exciting, and this is the way Merv used to explain it to me, even though he used Coca-Cola as an example. I don't think it's a bad thing because we're not like we're drinking it. So he always said Coca-Cola don't retail their product at all. They wholesale it to supermarkets and shops, and then the supermarkets and shops put their retail price on and retail it to the public. So this is how he explained it. And in Herbalife, we get access to all of those areas of income, including wholesale. It's so exciting because usually the middleman gets that and we don't get to see that, but we don't have it. They've cut the middleman out and we have access to wholesale income. So basically, no matter where you are, if you're 35%, you can still make 10% wholesale profit. And guess what? The computer works it out and then Herbalife pays it into your bank account every single month. So it's so cool. Then you've got basically as a supervisor, we're just looking at that supervisor position. They never miss out on money. They can make 25% wholesale of a 25% member. Then you've also got, so I'm just looking through here, 15%. So the difference between 35 and 50 is 15% wholesale there. And then you've got qualified producer 8%. So supervisors always pick up wholesale, but of course, if you're at 35%, you've got 25% members, you've got a 5% here. If you're at 42%, you've got a 35% member, you've got 7% here, and you've got 17%. Is that right? 12%, 17%, I think. So maths isn't my forte. And so basically, wherever you are, you'll pick up the wholesale on the members underneath you. So, and you want to help them. You want to help them build so that their business grows. So all you need to focus on is helping people get what they want. Okay, so, and sometimes that's hard. You know, if you're coming into the business, especially needing money, it's hard sometimes because that's what you're thinking about. I've got to make the sale, got to make the sale. But if you just concentrate on what's best for that person or that client, the money will come anyway. And it's a good mental discipline. And the more personal development you get, the more easier it is to do that. So did you have any tips on that, Jan?
No, you've covered that well. And in my day, we never had the difference between 25 and 35%. So that's relatively new, which is really fantastic.
That's
and
right.
You earn the wholesale by teaching and helping your new person. So you do earn it. It's not just given to you. So if you help your people, you do entitled to earn that wholesale.
Yep. It's a really exciting area of income. Really, really exciting.
Absolutely.
Okay, what's next? Oh yeah, there we go, 8 to 25%. Okay, so royalties. So this is the napkin presentation that used to get shown to me, and that I had no idea what they were talking about to start with. So of course, we've talked about retail, so that's helping your clients. Talked about wholesale. That once you're, at 35% and up, that you can have access to wholesale income. But then royalties, because guess what's going to happen? So if Trish signed up me, so to say this is me, I first got started, and Trish is at 50%, and so am I. Sorry, I've just got started, so sorry. This is Trish, and this is me. So if Trish gets me started, I'm not going to want to stay at 25%. I want to get here to where Trish is. I want to get to the maximum. So once Trish gets me here, what happens? We're both at 50%. There's no wholesale, and Trish is going to go, well, I've trained this person, I've mentored them, helped them to get there. So the company recognizes this, and they will pay that 5% royalty here on 3 levels. So 3 levels deep, but as wide as your business goes, okay, on your supervisor and their organization, okay? And this is based on the earned base value of all products ordered from the warehouse, so the retail value. So this is a really exciting area of income. So if you can't sing or you can't write books, you're okay. You can still earn royalties. Okay, so let's just say that I've got to 50% here. So here's Trishy, and I'm her first line supervisor. And you know what? I might not even live in the same town as you, Trish. I might be in Perth. I could be in England. It doesn't matter. You might have known me from school. You've got me started, and you're going to earn 5% on everything that I do. Okay. So for the rest of your life. So that's pretty cool. And you can will your business to your children as well, which is really cool. It's willable. So let's just say I'm in the supermarket getting something, and there's this really helpful lady there, and her name's Jan, and I get talking to her, and she's quite shy, but we chat and then we catch up, and I help her get a really good result. And then she gets started in the business, and even though she's really shy, all these people keep coming to her, and she's helping them, and she starts off here, but then she works her way up to supervisor too. So the great thing about Herbalife is I'll get royalties on everything Jan's doing, because she's my first line supervisor. But guess what, Trish? You get paid on everything Jan's doing too, because she's your second line supervisor. And that's, remember, you can have as many me's and Jan's, God help you, as you can. But you can, this goes as wide, and even though it goes to 3. So let's just say Jan, she's gone for a holiday at Deception Bay, and she's bumped into this lovely lady at the markets called Coral, and she gets chatting to her and gets her started, and she has this amazing product result. And then Coral gets started at 25%, but she knows it's the best place to be, and then she gets to 50% as well. And so Coral is Jan's first line supervisor. She's my second line supervisor, but Trish is your third line supervisor. So that's as far as royalties go. But like I said, even though it goes 3 levels deep, this can go as wide as you want. You can have 5 people like me, 10 people like me, 100 people like me, 1,000. It's infinite, really, as wide as you can go. And this is how it will build. And I'm sure we had a look at Jan's statement and how her tree looked, that she would have lots and lots of supervisors like this. Which is really, really exciting. And the great thing about our other area of income, we've got the infinite bonus that we're talking about. So the infinite bonus actually gets paid to infinity. So it's on top of your royalties and all the way down an extra 2%, 4%, and 6%, depending on whether you're Get Meal or President's Team, on top of your royalties to your whole organisation. So it's really, really exciting. And again, what Jan said, that 73% of the company's turnover gets paid back to the members. So it's a really exciting marketing plan that you can take advantage of. So Jen, did you have anything to add to that?
No, that's probably enough for tonight, I think, because showing how you can get to supervisor in lines, I think, is going to be very beneficial.
Yeah, so I haven't actually gone through volume amounts and things like that as an example, but I am going to do a little bit of that. So in your career manual, you get this, and I definitely encourage you on the income examples to put a picture of your face here instead of these people, so that you're setting that goal of what you want to achieve. So this basically represents Get Team, this represents Millionaire Team, and this represents President's Team. And look, the incomes aren't typical, but it absolutely shows what's possible, and people are achieving this in Australia right now. These are people that we know and hear from every single month at the STSs and at the different trainings as well. So we'll just give a simple example of your Get Team. So basically you get to supervise yourself, and you're doing your 2,500 volume points. You want to do 2,500 volume points consistently every single month. And I'm just letting you know that I didn't do that straight up. It took me a little while to build the consistency to keep doing my 2,500 every single month, and then it kept growing past that. And obviously I do more than that now, and that's what you want. You'll have a team of people with really strong businesses because they're using the products, they've got clients, and they're helping their team grow as well. So to do 2,500 volume points means you get your full 5% royalty. Okay, so if you get 2 supervisors to do the same thing, and then you teach them to get 2. So there's 2 people on your first line, 4 on your second line, and then you're going to teach all those people, the 4 on your second line, to get 2 each as well. So it's like a little tree. Okay, so that gives you, I think is it 14 supervisors? 8, 9. Yes, so 14 supervisors in total in your organisation. They're all doing their 2,500 volume points or more every single month, and that's going to give you a royalty of $3,150 a month and $1,200 on your production bonus, which gives you an income of $4,410 per month. Okay, and you can add your retail on top of that. So the example 2 is 3 gets 3 gets 3, and just imagine over the next 5 to 7 years, and you know what, the river forever flows. There's always people coming up. There's people that were 10 years ago, now they're 20. You're never going to run out of people to speak to, okay? And especially with social media, it's so much easier. 5 gets 5 gets 5. That gives you 125 supervisors in your organisation. And this is our President's Team, and you know that's $76,725 per month. Okay, and like I said, it's not typical, but it's definitely possible. And what happens if you just did that over the next 5 or 10 years or 20 years even? What else were you going to do with the time anyway? You might as well fill it in building something amazing and leaving a legacy. Okay, so I want you to expand your mind of what is possible. And I know, Jen, that you know Jennifer and Gary were earning much more than that. So, you know, yeah, and we need to know that if there's someone out there that has those goals, show them the possibility, show them what's possible. And then anyone that's maybe just wanting to do part-time income, don't blow them out of the water with that. Show them something else and someone else's result and story that relates to them. So royalty income based on everyone having 15 clients or members using Ultimate programs. And I do realize it can be a combination. It might be 30 people on healthy breakfast packs or something like that, equivalent to producing $2,500 of volume points per month. So remember, doing 2,500 means you get your full royalty. I'm trying to keep an eye on the time here. So this is basically making in your community, getting a team of people to help, I guess, make an impact. I want to show you the sort of impact you can have in your community or center of influence or country for that matter by doing this. So basically, this is the first example that we had. I'll just go back. So this example here, this is the one we're looking at, example number 1. So there's you, you've got a supervisor, and you're doing 2,500 volume points per month. Okay, you're making about $2,000 profit a month from your retail. Okay, some people make more, some people make less, that's okay. And you've got 2 people and you've helped them get to supervisor. Will you have other people in your team that aren't supervisor? Yes, you'll have people at 25% and 35% and 42%, and that's cool. And then you teach these 2 to get 2 people each. And then you help those 2 get 2 people each. So this is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 people in your organization that are all supervisors. This is what's going to help you get to that global expansion team. This example number 1, you're going to earn around $2,000 in retail profit plus a royalty of $3,150, which is here. You would have seen that here. and then you also get a bonus. So let's flick through. So when you think about that, the impact in your community or your region or your country, that you've actually improved the health of 210 people, including yourself. You've provided income for 14 people here, royalty income, the company has, but you've helped them achieve that, and you've earned about $5,000 per month. So when you look at that, you're getting a small division of people, this group of people that you're making an impact in your community. So I really want you to think about that. What sort of impact can you make in your community? How many people's lives could you touch? And if you come from that, the money will take care of itself. Okay, so becoming a supervisor. These are the ones. So we're going to go through the piggyback method next week. So you accumulate 4,000 volume points in 1 month, like you've heard Steve do. The 2 months, so you did 1 month as well, didn't you, Jan?
Yeah. So
1 month, Jan and Steve did 1 month. I did it over 2 months. Coral did it in 3 months, and Lindy did a piggyback. So how cool is that? On this group, we've got the whole, all the methods covered. Yay! So we're going to go through part 2 on how to get to supervisor, and we're going to cover all of that in detail. So if you've got a new person that you're sending this recording to, or you're sitting down with them, make sure that they've set up an appointment afterwards to talk to you about this, because they're probably going to have questions, and you need to ask them where in the marketing plan do they want to be, okay? Because next week we're going to cover how to get to supervisor, how to get to world team, how to get to active world team as well, so they know exactly what to do and where that sits in the marketing plan and what sort of income they could expect, because you want them to have realistic expectations. So I just wanted to go through the promotions, which I'll just checklist them. Did anyone have some feedback from the STS? Sorry, Jen.
It was absolutely incredible to think what she has gone through, you know, with family issues and things like that, to be so focused and achieve what she's achieved. It really does go to show, you know, what can happen for people. Quite an incredible lady, really taught all the basics, and that's what's built her business. Pardon me, is the basics of the business. That's all she ever does, is the basics. Use, wear, talk, and, you know, all the basics things of what we do. And look what she's achieved, you know, very short period of time, really, when you look back on it, with all the things and interruptions that she has had.
Absolutely. And I guess there's sometimes you look at it, there's no excuses, or you go, well, how, you know, what am I complaining about when I've had all this happen? You know, when they've had that happen and they're still able to do. I know there's a few people that have shared their story, and they've had so many things go on. It just really makes you think. Like even Dan Waldron was saying, wasn't he? Said, you know, what are you complaining about? Wait till you have a Get team member drop out in your organisation. He said, wait till you have a President's team member drop out. Then tell me what you're thinking, what you're complaining about. You just go out and recruit someone. That's what he said. So
yeah, it does happen.
Yeah.
Happen to me.
There you go. So you know, you've got to be strong when those things happen as well, and know why you're doing it. If you've got a strong enough why of why you're doing that, will get you through anything. And also the people around you, you know, that they're there as well to support anyone through anything. That's how I look at it. So we have the Success Summit coming up in March. So I have put some of the flyers on Challenge Yourself Daily with the guest speakers that are at the different locations. But make sure you go onto myherbalife.com.au to see the actual qualifications. So it's open to everybody, but brand new supervisors obviously have a special training, and there's a reception evening that you can qualify for too. So I think it's March the 23rd.
Yes.
So I'm pretty sure that's around. Is that your birthday, Trish? No, it's not.
I don't think it's 23rd for us, though, Steve, is it? I'm sure I had I'll have to have a read it now.
There's a couple on the 16th. Just
right. Okay,
I think that's us.
Yeah.
Cool. So there's within that week, the week there in March. So make sure that, you know, a lot of you have to travel. I know a lot of us have to travel to get there. So make sure that you're getting everyone organised and prepared that have to do that, and inviting as many people as you can. But also look at all the different locations and see if, you know, you're able to get people at the different locations all around Australia. So we've got that. So write that in your calendar, Success Summit in March, and look on Challenge Yourself Daily for the dates and the speakers, and learn their story and start promoting their story. Then we have the extravaganza in
Hong Kong.
June, yes. So I'm trying to
Yeah, sorry.
June the
21st to 23rd, I think, isn't it?
Thank you. Yes, in Hong Kong. So that's pretty exciting. They've got some amazing guest speakers who are just rocketing through the business and are quite dynamic. And the Chairman's Club members, you're going to get to hear from them. And Dr. Luigi Grattan is there as well. So there's actually some amazing guest speakers and an amazing location as well. So Jan, have you been to Hong Kong? I think you were talking about.
Yes, yeah, been a couple of times. It's quite an incredible city, actually.
Cool. So start Googling and looking and printing stuff out and visualizing yourself there. You know, Jan's the queen of visualization. I think Caitlin's going to give you a run for your money though. She's really grasped it, grasped this visualization thing.
That's good. They've got a fantastic market in Hong Kong, so it's certainly something you need to visit. You go on the bus and you go right around the mountain. It's a beautiful sort of views and everything you see, but the market is fantastic.
Excellent. So, yes, so start thinking about that. Do you have to be a supervisor to go? Yes. Are there different qualifications for VIP seatings and the VIP evening? Yes. So start getting those things in place. It's definitely possible for every single person on this call to be there and to have qualified for some of those things, okay? So start thinking about that. If you haven't got a passport, definitely get it organised. So the other things that are coming up is the vacation is running right through to this year. It started in August last year, and so there's lots of different ways of being able to qualify for that. So I definitely would recommend. Plus there's a tracker as well, so go onto myherbalife.com.au to get that and start really looking at the hotels being announced as well. I know the President's Team Summit and the the Honours is coming up as well. Is that next month for March?
March, the week before the summit.
Right. So I'd say what they're doing is that I had a look at a list of all the qualifiers that a lot of these guest speakers would have been at the Honours, and they're coming back through to share all of that with you. So they're going to be totally fired up, have this amazing vision of all the latest information that they're going to come back and share with everybody. So that's pretty cool. And I think there was a few other things coming up. I will have some Easter stuff rolling out, but it's a little bit early for that. So that will come some different Easter ideas and ways of getting people interested in the products and recipes. So I'll make sure that comes out as well. Have I missed anything, Jan?
No, I think you've covered everything beautifully. Thank
you.
you.
So we've got a little bit over time. Thank you for being really patient because we started just that tiny bit late. So this is recorded. So I'm going to convert it onto our YouTube link so you can send it out to everybody. And next week's going to be all the different ways of going supervisor, including the piggyback method, which I know Jennifer's super excited about that way of going supervisor because it helps everyone go quicker when you all lock arms and go together, and it's people that know each other. So we're going to go through that too. So thank you everyone for sharing how you went supervisor and your good news. Keep it all coming in, and remember, challenge yourself data. You can add any of your members onto there, and you can also share all your good news, your personal development you're doing, any clients that you've got, like how you've got your latest distributor, anything that's getting results. We definitely want to hear it. Any recognition can all go onto that group, and so please use that because that's what it's there for, and we'll get behind everyone and do lots of recognition. So have a good evening. I'm just going to stop sharing. Hang on. There we all are. Hi, everyone. So thank you for being on the call. Well done, Trish, for being there and multitasking. I'm very proud of you. Thanks for coming to Fit Club this morning too. It was a good workout. So everyone, have a good evening. I know it's a little bit later. Just have a fantastic week. You've got 2 weeks to end off this month. February's a bit of a short month. So really go for it. You've got like 10 days to just go for it and finish off this month strong. Have a look at your gauges. Have a look if anyone's getting close to anything. Write out a list of what you need to do. If you're not sure, then speak to one of us. We're always happy to help you.
Woohoo! 2 weeks to get active world team because I want that nice little evening again for the summit like last year.
Yeah, well, you better go to every church in Canberra then.
All the priests on the product.
Yeah, there could be a new revolution. Yeah.
Right, so thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful night. It was good seeing you. I always appreciate you being on the call. Give you a big good night kiss, and I'll see you all next week.
Thanks. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Coral.